Can't kill all of us.
Good afternoon and welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Legends Campaign episode 65. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Adam, Ahmed, and Mark. Let me get our faces up on here. XSplit seems to forget that we're using VC every single time. So let me screen cap our lovely faces and drag us into a box. Can't put baby in the corner? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Box? How's everyone doing today? Not all at once,
right.
guys. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I had the stream running. I was like listening to two of you. I'm like, oh, I'm confused. Can I answer now? He's still talking. Oh wait, no.
Feeling pretty good today.
I'll start.
Got the stuff going. Dogs are barking, but hopefully they'll calm down.
I called the cops on my neighbor because he was firing his crossbow in his backyard.
It's almost like something you're
junk.
It's almost like something your neighbor would have called you.
Are you sure that's how the story went on it?
Police officer, you can leave now. No, but see, this is a sad thing. I know the guys. It's like, yeah, guys, I'm not sure. Is it like, because I looked on the internet and I couldn't find anything. So like, look, is it legal for someone to fire a crossbow in the like in the city limits? Like, sir, what's your address? Like, ah, crap. So, anyways, it developed to like, yes, fine, go tell. I can tell him, don't go do anything. He's like, no, we have to. Like, okay, it's a warning.
How do you not know how to look up your local
there.
bylaws?
I looked for like 20 minutes.
Got no city bylaws.
I looked.
I learned that stuff. I learned that stuff about Oshawa, and it took me 20 minutes to figure out everything I learned about how much you can't do in this city.
Well, I'm
and
not
it's basically
an illegal
anything.
guy.
Does it sound like fun? Yes. Can't do that. Not allowed.
That was one. Two, I ate a lot of donaires, so I might have to leave for about 5 minutes sometime during game. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but it might happen. We'll see how that goes.
My wife is at her sister's, and I may have to pick her up.
Okay.
I'm hoping she gets a ride home.
And I did
my
some
wife
drawings.
is getting back from Toronto at some point, and I might have to pick her up.
All right.
Well, you tell your wife to call my wife, and we'll try to coordinate that. My wife will be really keen on.
You guys let me know, and I'll hold it
home
till then.
with game.
Then you'll hold it till then. Right.
Oh, they better be calling soon.
Don't worry. We'll finish Mogaru before then, hopefully.
This is gonna be an
Or
hour.
Mogaru will finish us.
3 drawings for.
Yeah, let's show the drawings for a moment. I'm trying to change the context of where you guys are.
Mogaru's backside?
So you are in Immensa, and the name of the mountain is what again? This is Mount. It is Mountain.
Boom.
Mount Mogg, isn't it?
Mount Mogg. Thanks, Mark.
This is Summit of Mount Mogg.
If I was handing out individual XP board, you would have got 1 XP for that.
You need about 6 million for your next level.
Alright, so the context is set. Mount Mogg. Cool, it works. Alright. And Adam, you have the link for that, don't you?
Machete hacking, crossbow shooting. Holy crap, you remember that?
The link for...
For sending, updating the context of the game? That little text field? Here. It's pasted to you. As for what your credentials are, I don't freaking matter. I don't remember. You probably should have written them down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the little text field we can update. Actually, Adam can update it, and I guess I could send you guys also the ability to update that little text field, but I'm worried about putting that into all the players' hands. Ahmed.
Yeah, dude, don't worry about that, man. I'm busy. I'm drawing now.
Okay, all right. So Ahmed's
side.
drawings. Yeah. So let me show those on screen. You did some, and you can talk through them if you want. So you did some character portraits. Is that it? And they're in the character sheets. Is that what's going on? Okay. Holy, they're freaking big. Let me zoom back down to normal size. So there's Uker with Mei Ling, I'm guessing, and Jotun.
Yeah, he's got the Thor. He's got the Thor symbols. I assumed it was a lightning bolt of some sort. and I made him very thick in order to support all that weight. Otherwise, his bones would crack and turn to dust.
Right.
And I try to give him the belt is a wolf. Tried to give him a like Asian architecture / art armor type.
No, that looks really cool. Who should I show next?
No. Altagar, I guess, is next.
Altagar next.
Is it Altagar?
So you did some art for Altagar. Oh, there's 2 art for Altagar.
No, there's one.
There's an
there's a.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. So there's Ahmed's depiction of Altagar, basically punching and dragging things around.
Those are like just dead thing. I don't know what.
Whatever it is, it all looks the same when Altagar's got a hold of it.
Right.
Yeah, but I made him like he doesn't use weapons or armor, so he's just like the horned Hulk.
He's got the He-Man figure musculature.
As Adam said, like the 80s muscles.
It's the 80s, early 90s Marvel comic book musculature. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jurass.
Oh, cool. And then you stuck horns on Altagar.
Yeah,
I stuck horns on Altagar. I didn't have... So my Photoshop was not Photoshopping, so I had to use paint. So I put in fucking work to get that to go.
Pixel by pixel.
Without the blur tools and stuff. So.
Got it.
Oh, the third arm. Yeah, I didn't want to put the third arm because.
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
The crabby tentacle.
You'll likely get rid of it, so I didn't want to leave it there for.
But the horns are awesome enough that I might just make the horns stay. Because he's the king. It's the horns the king.
That's my crown.
It's the crown.
Yep. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I should make a new token out of Altagar with the horns on?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Especially if the horns are staying. I have no problem with the horns staying. They're pretty awesome.
They're awesome.
All right, so I'm opening up RP Tool's token tool.
Especially if you're in a cloaca. Maybe they might snag on something.
Screen cap Altagar. Give it a token.
Although freedom of movement, I guess, just...
So basically, if you haven't seen this in a long time, this is how you create a token and how we've created tokens. You can do this for your game. So this is kind of like how to. And there we go. That looks all right. So Altagar.
Your horns are bigger than mine.
With horns.
I
didn't know you were gonna make them that big.
I did 2 versions. One of them had smaller horns, like the first one, and I was like, "You just look like a stupid satyr. Let's get him stupid off the frame."
I'll call this token King Altagar.
Caltagar.
I like how Game of Thrones music has just devolved into
It's just game music now.
Yep. All right, who's next?
It's the last one. Lemmy's the last one in there.
Oh, you did 3?
I'll do it. I'll do the other 3 next week or so. I'll try it.
Where's Lemio's drawing?
See if I can find some time. Maybe I'll get some time in there between making meatloaf.
Oh, there's a whole scene with Lemmy.
Yeah, see, the other guys are kind of cool in what they can do. Lemmy's just like a hippie.
Lemmy, what's cool about Lemmy is what happens around Lemmy.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not Lemmy himself. He's really dull.
So what am I looking at here? I can take a guess.
He's in his own little plane,
yep.
And in the background is a gate to Arthur's Gate,
yep.
And he's scrying on that hammer is. I was thinking
looks like
Euchre. Yeah, and he's casting a little spell in his hand, and he's got some stuff on him, and he's just there, just Lemmy.
Just
a little leaf, little tree,
little
tree on his armor, little bird up there somewhere. Yeah. I drew that without the bird, and it looked like a mushroom cloud. I was like, yeah, no, put a bird and some leaves and shit.
Am I the only one who thinks that Lemmy in this picture looks like Clint Eastwood playing Blondie and all of the
hey, remember those little stick drawings?
Can you create a separate page for these? The character sheets are goddamn long.
Sure.
Just put at the bottom or somewhere like character art or something like that. But they're really cool. Awesome. Remind me to give you guys some XP for cool drawings and shit at the end of the session. Yeah, because you should reward your players for contributing. Not to the extent of a level, but, you know, a little bit of XP. Always.
Extent of a millionth of a level. There's already a character picture, so I'll throw it in there.
Okay, why don't we do... Oh, yeah, so I got woken up at 5 in the morning with some, we'll say, homeless person rattling my front door, screaming about how I live in a temple and that I need to die. So that was fun.
You should have yelled, "God, strike him with lightning!"
No, I basically got up, put on my jeans, you know, sat by the door waiting for him to try to break in, and then eventually, like one of these people that just, like, pure rage, and he's just yelling and screaming down the street, hitting things as he's going. Just like half an hour of this, and of course the security in my building is a little slow to react at 5:30 in the morning, but
there's also the police.
It didn't... Him rattling it, okay, fine, but yelling "die" was like, all right, you're now... It's
uttering
borderline
threats.
Death threats.
Uttering threats is...
on you.
Yeah. Yep. But it's the same dude that has woken me up multiple times before. I think he got into an argument about sleeping in front of the doors when somebody else lived in my apartment building. So I think his feud continues. But it's just not a pleasant thing. So I napped a lot this afternoon because I was awake in the middle of the night.
Well, we wish you nothing but the best, and would like to smash Mogaru without.
Oh no, I'm fully caught up in sleep. Like I slept until like 2:30, so we're good.
Oh, Ahmed, I just thought of something really mean for you to do in game. Is turn me huge now that I'm up his butt.
All right, why don't we do a quick recap of what happened in the last game? So last game we called what? Did we give the game a name? It was called Immensa. Episode 64. Azildan's quest for the second piece of the Weapon of Law leads the party to the Imperium-controlled world of Immensa. The world is dominated by huge thunder beasts as well as a mysterious and godlike kaiju. The axiomatic compass... It's a great name for it. Leads the party to a snow-capped volcano, lair of the mighty Mogaru.
Mogaru.
Once they were there, they realized that Mogaru was acting strangely. They spoke to some of the Makai warriors and people that sort of live close to the land and with the thunder beasts. Taming some of them, actually. They learned that Mogaru has wandered out of his volcano for a long period of time and methodically destroyed the landscape with his big fiery breath. Fiery and force breath, as they would learn.
Nobody ever mentioned the whole like concussive wave of doom that came with the fire.
Well,
I guess everything they got hit by died, so they didn't know. Destruction
and fire, of course, and then druids don't tend to have a lot of force spells.
Also, the force bomb did nothing. It's immune to force, which is weird too. Like
it has resistance to a bunch of weird things.
Guess we're using guns then.
I guess I'll learn.
So Mogaru, they suspect, might be under the influence of these creatures that are living on him and in him like parasites, more like symbiotic, perhaps. Maybe it is the Weapon of Law that is causing Mogaru to act in seemingly erratic way for his for a beast of destruction, but perhaps influencing him in a way where he's destroying in patterns. They ascended or teleported to the top of the mountain. Mogaru engaged immediately.
Yeah,
the mountain is angry and is shuddering. Great plume of smoke going up into the sky, which is this gray blob. One of the moon worms has come down, sensing that the great battle is about to transpire, or is transpiring, and attacked Midwick. Apparently, these kaiju hate guns. Altagar, not wanting to have Mogaru have spellcasting allies, climbed up into the cloaca of King Mogaru to face a three-headed Naga queen, along with several other Nagas in a very confined space. The space Altagar is strangely, well, like, constructed.
There's a couch.
It does have rough walls that look like you're kind of inside of something that's organic, but there's a flat space and a kind of like a hole where the flap leads out, and yeah, it's very odd. It's larger in here than you expected it to be.
Good thing you don't breathe. All right.
Outside, within the first round, you guys have delivered devastating strikes to the kaiju Mogaru. Uker is battling furiously with Jotengrenner in hand, as well as some of you others. I don't think we even got through the first round. Let me open up the initiative sheet.
Donovan has not done the thing.
No, we
yet.
didn't finish the first round.
Lemmy hasn't done anything yet. Yeah.
Also, there's an interesting kind of piece of information that transpired last game. Lemio went off on his own and tried to create water, and had an interesting interaction with a series of very petty kind of demigods that took interest in what Lemio was doing. Lemio now knows that this drought that is happening here, these demigods are taking advantage of it, perhaps even culling the herds and taking power, deriving power from those that die in the drought. Those being the thunder beasts, aplenty. Perhaps the gods on this part of the multiverse are harvesting as well, but just in a different way. So here's the initiative list. We've got Queen of Snakes, King Mogaru, Uker, Midwick, Moonworm, Slime Snakes, Lokrik, Altagar, and then Donovan is where I made the mark to start here. Donovan.
Sing, you bastard.
What are you doing?
Donovan is going to cast a... well, first, is Donovan threatened by Mogaru?
I believe so. Give me a second. Mogaru. Oh, why do I have two of those open? Mogaru threatens... Yep, you're well within his threatened range. All three of you are. Azildan, Lokrik, and Donovan.
Okay.
It's in its fiery throes. It's head tilted backwards. This horrible sound coming out of it. As you can see, Uker is pounding away with his hammer to great effect.
Okay. Donovan is going to use a... Sorry.
The mountain's trembling again. Little bits of snow, kind of like.
Is it flat over here?
Where's over here? I'm gonna zoom out.
Underneath Uker, behind Uker. Or can we get to a point where we can see King Mogaru but have cover? Maybe.
You might be able to take cover from behind there.
Okay. Right. So Donovan is going to
actually. Yeah, he's threatening 60 feet out from himself.
Yeah, so being not threatened is not having cover from punishment.
Behind here even is not enough cover because he's so tall, like he's 200 feet tall. He just looks down at you, kind of thing. Your best bet is to be out of his reach.
Okay, but I need to be in his reach, so yeah. Okay, so Donovan is going to use a 5th circle spell to teleport this group over here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Did you have to make a concentration check?
Yeah, it's a concentration check I make by default, like without rolling though.
Okay, let me check Mogaru's feats.
Uh-oh.
No, he doesn't have any of
He
the.
doesn't have the Elder Arcane of. Well, I'm also mythic, so I would still get a roll at least.
Yep.
Yeah, you get a roll.
Donovan is then going to spend a mythic point to get a standard action. He's going to use that standard action to inspire greatness within Uker, and he's going to couple that with another spell that he will cast mythically, which is going to be Greater Dispel Magic on King Mogaru.
Got it.
Is there a Bard song going on in
King
there?
Mogaru had 3 different mage armors running.
And an Airwalk.
And an airwalk, yes. Okay.
Okay.
So the airwalk was cast by a mythic caster, but it's not a mythic spell, if that makes sense.
Yep. So I need to make a concentration check on my spell. It is as... Actually, no, I don't. Because I'm using Wild Arcana, my caster level is high enough to auto-make the concentration check. I am so sexy. Alright.
I just look to see what happens when the airwalk goes away.
Base cast level, +1 for an item, +2 for Wild Arcana, +1 because I don't have a
Hey, Foxfire and Roy
component.
what's happening?
Hey, guys.
And I think I get a thing for being
Evil.
+2 racial bonus to cast level checks to overcome spell resistance, +2 in spellcraft to identify. Okay.
Okay, it's a 15th level caster for the airwalk.
Okay. So I'm looking for a 26. I get a 23. I will spend a mythic point to do better. 29.
Oh no! You dispel the spell, and Mogaru begins to fall.
I think I dispel all the spells.
Yeah, you dispel 1 for every 3 levels, I believe.
And this was cast as a 15,
It was
16, an
15th,
18th.
but the other mage armors were not cast that powerfully.
Yeah, but my spell was an 18th level spell.
Awesome.
Cast level 18. Because
So you dispel 6 of them.
More.
Okay, so Mogaru's airwalk and the 3 mage armor spells go down, and Mogaru is now falling into the pit. I'm going to give Mogaru a... I don't think falling occurs AOs.
It's involuntary movement.
Yep. But he does get a climb check to catch himself.
That climb check can get an AOO on that guy.
Well, if he moves while doing it. The question, I don't know if he falls now or if he falls on his turn, is where things get weird in D&D land.
I think he's starting to fall, is basically the way it would work.
Okay.
And then on his turn he can try to do a thing. Okay, so he's falling. He's all 200 feet of him is now starting to disappear into the angry volcano. Donovan,
and what's important? Sorry, the Inspire Greatness is there for a reason. I need to roll the temporary hit points because Uker needs to not die. 2d10. So 12 plus double Uker's modified con and temporary hit points.
Lemio,
Uh,
you are currently still threatened by Mogaru.
yeah, I'm defensively casting Remove Paralysis.
Okay, on yourself, standard action. You are staggered, which
Removes the stagger.
which removes the stagger. I would rule that interesting use of the spell. It not only removes paralysis, it removes the staggering condition. So you have your move left, and any swifts and all that jazz.
Did he take his AOO yet?
He's got lots of them.
I'm not even fucking with that.
He's got 6 around, if you're just...
I have 2-dimensional hop away. I know I'm gonna get how long his reach is.
60 feet.
He's 60 feet. Son of a...
He can still reach
Oh my god.
Donovan, Lokrik, and Azildan.
As he can just pop back and kill him though, so or do something. I don't know what as he could do.
Lemmy's going to hop over this way. Dimensional hop. Boop.
Okay. So that's your standard and
That's
move.
my move.
And you can automatically cast a second level spell defensively. Is that how you did the
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Plus
got
11 ways.
Yes. Like our concentration checks should be in the 20s right now.
Okay.
So.
Anything else, Lemmy?
I'm going to double channel to heal myself 77 damage.
How are you doing that? You did a standard, a move.
Yeah, I'm using a mythic point as another move, and in a move I'm using two channels.
You can't.
So standard.
Standard.
So standard action.
Move action.
And my move.
Yep.
My move action, and I spend a mythic point for another move.
For standard.
Or
a move,
Okay.
whatever.
so I'll just channel myself.
But yeah, but you channel one time.
You
don't
can only
channel
do
two.
once.
Okay, so yeah. No, I thought I was gonna. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So that's 96. Sorry, Ukra, I would have liked to gotten you in there. I just
this little
wouldn't have
pulse
reached you.
of greenish white light as Lemio heals almost half the damage he
34.
took.
Yay!
Azildan, just the might of this thing, Azildan. It's confounding. No wonder the god Vidar, one of Odin's sons, wants a piece of it for a weapon.
Vidar's the good son, right?
Sorry, I was muted. Right. Yeah. Azildan is going to dimensional hop back
To the edge of the volcano? Okay.
like forever.
Okay.
And then he is going to cast Divine Power on himself. 'Cause I am still at the point I need 20s to hit.
Mount Mogg. This is the end of the first round. Mount Mogg is shaking. For any of those that dimensionally hopped who are standing on the ground, make acrobatics checks DC 15 to remain standing, because the whole thing is just shaking.
I'm a dancer.
So what you're saying is that your Johnny Two-Step
Johnny Two-Step with his plus 33.
I think we all have airwalk, and
not people who
if
just
not we have fly.
If you've dimensionally hopped or
You're on the ground.
or
Teleported,
teleported,
or
you're
on the ground.
You're on the ground right
Fair
now.
enough. Fair enough.
Goodbye, Lokrik, sweet king.
Sweet king.
Acrobatics.
He was defeated by shaky ground.
He's got an acrobatics of plus 20 because he also has performed dance. He learned a few steps from.
He's a dancer. He's a dancer.
From he has 6 ranks in perform dance with his charisma and his charisma item. Has a plus 20, and he has versatile performance dance, so acrobatics plus 20. Yeah, he makes it.
So Donovan and the Lokrik are just we're dancing.
Basically, they lock shoulders and kind of like lean off of each other for a moment. Azildan, are you able to keep standing?
Start jigging. We'll see.
Yeah.
31.
Okay, so Azildan, you dimensionally hopped right to the edge of the mountain, and then some snow was actually like giving way and falling off the side of the mountain. You're doing this sort of running along snow that is like piling off the mountain. Eventually, you find rock to.
Yeah.
Lemio, you're kind of doing the same. You're running along snow, and you find this little rock to balance on. Your airwalk helping out. What about Midwick?
Midwick's flying.
Midwick's still in the air, Ukr's in the air, and Aldegar's in the anus. Okay.
Providing infinite jokes.
At this point, I need to tell a little tale. There was a world that was a happy world, at least a world in which a pantheon of gods ruled over, where they received, almost like clockwork, because some of them were actually gods of the calendar, offerings of things, animals, and people, so that they may continue to operate the world and the mysteriousness beyond the veil on behalf of these folks. And for a time, the civilization thrived. Until the coming of the five-faced god. The five-faced god...
I denounce the five-faced god.
not only brought his own sword, but the might of perhaps 5 gods in one. And his followers, with their blind and destructive faith, deemed that this pantheon and their worship unworthy. How could the five-faced god command his followers to create empires if they willingly had subjects who took part in human sacrifice? This was not the way of the five-faced god. Him and his followers also had their own weapon, that of the gun. And with faith and bullet, they hunted down the priests and made this empire fall. But the five-faced god was not happy with his conquests on one world and pursued them on others via the gate. And as each temple was raised, the powers of this pantheon of gods varied and ancient, feathered, furred, and full of fire, began to wane. Their demise was near. But they took solace that the five-faced god made many enemies, and they found one world that gave the five-faced god a pause. This world which reminded them of the world that they had tamed long ago, where they had created their little civilization that had been crushed underfoot. This world had thunderous beasts, and these beasts were the greatest of living things. And yes, while it was backwards, and yes, while they received much more of their daily bread from prayer of men, these beasts would have to do. Of course, I speak of a particular pantheon.
What was that first world?
The Aztlan Pantheon is in ragged shambles. Only a few of their numbers remain. Their powers dwindled from that of greater deityhood to that of lesser and demi-deities, little more powerful than these mortals that now come and threaten this great beast that they had so much planned for. For this world of Immensa, this world that has not been conquered by the five-faced god, became their home. Tlaloc, the rain god, is currently denying the world water during this great winter that spreads throughout the plains. For if he denies things water and they starve and die, aren't these then sacrifices that he could claim? Zutekhutli Huhuteotl, the old tortoise, the fire god, the old man that dwells in the mountain.
Uh-oh.
He's once the great fire god, the god of fire, day, heat, volcanoes, light in the darkness, also the god of time. While weakened, is living in the very mountain beneath your feet. And then, looking down, pouncing from cloud to cloud, knowing that a great battle is afoot, and perhaps even the power of these minor deities may change hands, as diablerizing each other is not something that these gods are above. Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror, in his jaguar form, dancing from cloud to cloud, is looking down upon this great battle, wondering what he shall eat.
He sounds awesome, except he has a stupid name.
Tezcatlipoca. is the great god of night, night winds, earth, obsidian, enmity, discord, rulership, divination, temptation, jaguars, society, beauty, war, and strife.
That is quite the portfolio.
He's got a good portfolio. He needs to change his name if he really wants to take off.
He had many epithets. As he had many aspects, he was so powerful in days gone. Some of his epithets included, we are his slaves, he by whom we live, enemy of both sides, lord of near and nigh, the night wind, the two-reed, and the possessor of sky and earth. He has been reduced to that of a cloud-walking jaguar, and looks down upon these heroes, wondering, these mythic fueled heroes, how good they may taste.
Don't eat me, bro.
And then, not all of them are depraved and bent on vengeance. A fourth gazes upon this battle and struggle, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered servant, the lawgiver, the lord of air, the god of air and learning, who wears still upon his strange neck.
Why are we summoning all the Power Rangers?
the wind jewel.
Oh no.
At the beginning of round 2, I'm going to add some things to the initiative sheet.
Don't do that.
It's their names, man. Guys, listen to me. If it didn't take 3 goddamn days to learn your name, it would have been much easier to gain followers.
Listen, I read the trilogy, Maztica trilogy, from Forgotten Realms, with all these weird-ass names. You get used to them.
You get used to them? Well, it's, there was some of the Star Wars books where at the end, I just didn't know how to, like, it's the guy with all the Zs. It's the Z guy.
I'm going to add Tlaylock.
3 Zs and a 5-letter name. You're the Z guy.
Zutektuli, Tezcatlipoca, and Quetzalcoatl to the initiative
Marty,
sheets.
can you turn around and say those names?
Tlaylock.
That one's not in the...
I'm going to give them, I don't know, plus... Actually, I have God stats. Give me a second.
Just as a reminder, you guys have SR-27.
Okay.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to help too much against gods, but...
maybe there's some
I guess
creatures.
it could always roll 1. Maybe they're aspects.
You put your own. You put your own one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yours is. I think yours is 26 then.
Okay.
Mine is 1 higher. I couldn't afford to do more.
Oh God. Ooh.
Same with.
I'm going to give them plus 12s for now, but I will look at their particular stats in a moment.
Do the Power Rangers go on 1 turn, or do they go across like different initiative pips?
They take 20 on their initiatives.
We're not on their plane.
Frig hell, man! I don't even know those assholes.
And I'm going to roll between the 3 of them to see, or the 4 of them to see who goes first. We're having God initiative off right now.
This is the first time I've ever seen this. Why, Marty? Why?
Usually only offend 1 god at a time, sometimes 2 gods.
Just a reminder, you guys
went above and beyond to piss off 4.
I was casting rain! Some rain over here, some rain over there. Uh-oh.
You were exactly. What did you think was going to happen?
Rain? Most maybe wouldn't work. Like, oh, okay, fine.
32.
Like,
oh,
hey, buddy, what are you doing? Wow, you're a bored god. you got
you're
time
bored,
in your
son.
hands. You got a lot of. You got special time, man. Damn, what do you want? Hold on a second.
All right.
Shit.
The first to arrive and make his presence known to the mortals down below is Tlaylock the Rain God. And as he appears, there are strange horns that can be heard. And go ahead and play that first sound file I gave you. I'll share this with the chat. As the god appears, a resounding noise in the heavens.
Hey, buddy. I want that sound to have when Uker steps into a room. I want that to be the sound, like in his kingdom. That's the whoever
will become a god then.
Azildan wants
on it.
menacing whispers.
And I'll put Tlaylock's miniature down. He's going to appear in the heavens because he's appearing in the cloud. I'll make these gods gargantuan. And there's Tlaylock.
don't. Oh, that's cool.
You notice that where he steps on the clouds turn dark and begin to start to rain. And as he's lifting up his foot, the cloud gives way and it stops raining.
He looks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man.
Tlaylock is going to
Oh, why?
Tlaylock's going to intervene as he steps into this mortal world, and he is going to intervene in a way. I'm going to just look at a storm god to see.
Yggdrasil could really use your help now. Hey,
how he can
hey, you
intervene.
leaf-wearing bastard! Could use your help.
You worship a tree.
I don't-
The trees don't get out of bed for much.
Why are you wrestling? What does that mean? Oh god, that's a pretty cool image.
Who's a good storm god to mimic powers for?
Thor.
Talos?
No. What is there a non-destructive one you know of? A nice, happy storm god.
The storm.
I want a wimpy storm god
I
here.
will shower you with tulips.
I am Dave, the god of drizzle.
He is currently wielding the first wand of lightning. And he is going to cast that lightning bolt at the person carrying guns.
For fuck's sakes.
Bye, Midwick. It was nice to know you.
And looks like electricity's gonna be on my list now.
Gunman. Yeah, cold didn't do nothing.
The unerring lightning bolt strikes down Midwick, or at least attempts to. 28d8, or 24d8 damage.
Reflex save? Hello?
There is a reflex save versus the first wand of lightning. This one little artifact that this god still maintains a iron grip upon.
Can I know the DC, please?
The DC is he's got feats that allow his charisma to apply. So
the TC is good fucking luck.
That should be something like a 26.
he's actually not that charismatic. So
Yeah, he's ugly fuck. That's why he wears the mask.
It is 26.
Fuck. Okay.
Good guess, Adam. 1 XP.
Yay!
He had 30 charisma plus some feats and a thing, a 3rd level spell.
You missed, sir.
Yes!
Do you have evasion?
Why are you all attacking me?
Do you have evasion?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you take 51 points of electrical damage.
That's still an hour.
It's
That's
not
an hour.
not massive though. Or Wasek.
SR, would that help?
Oh, SR.
SR.
It's a crack SR?
Although with it
I
being
assume it
28, I'm
will.
assuming it's cash level 28 or 24 is cash level 24.
Okay,
you can
so
roll
he rolls a
1.
20, he cracks 40.
Oh, yeah, he pulls that shit.
Yeah.
He's
Fine.
doing the "you've entered my plane" nonsense.
Fine. Cheat! Cheater!
you could see Midwick trying to dance out of his way. As a quickened action, he does not like the fact that you are standing on clouds, so he's going to.
So wait, I got how much damage? Sorry, 54?
You know what? You guys are mythic. Fuck that. He's going to roll.
50. How much damage did he?
He's going to roll
50.
basically first to crack your SR.
1.
Don't roll a 1.
33.
Okay. He cracks SR.
Okay.
Okay.
Cracks SR.
And then he's going to quicken Greater Dispel Magic on Midwick.
What an awful, awful creature.
He dispels 26th level magic. He's a 24th level caster. That is divide by 3. That is 8 spells.
It's divide by 4.
Divide by 4. Okay, so that's 7 spells gone. No, 6.
Give me a sec. 51 minus 28 is 23. So 23 damage. I had false life and 8 going on. So damage 23. Okay. Now,
And maybe Tlaylock's not so smart. Maybe he should have opened up with the dispel and then hit you with the thing. But
let's just
he's a
leave
god,
it
and
for
he's showing you.
Once we won, then we'll call him a dummy. But while he's looking at us, we ain't calling him a dummy.
So my highest spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 7. So Bear's Endurance, Mass, Cat's Grace, Mass. That's 2. We had Bull Strength Mass? I don't have it listed here.
No,
No.
you didn't
So
say
that's
it.
2.
Life bubble.
Life
Wind
Bubble
Walk.
3, Wind Walk.
4.
Yep, 4.
Then
Freedom of
movement, and
Spell Resistance.
yeah, SR for sure.
4,
Yeah.
5, 6,
And then Death Ward.
7. Seriously? Okay.
Shoot him.
So which spells went down?
Does he know?
Yep.
He gets to know.
Well, the DM was
Buffing,
asking.
like
So
oh, sorry. Okay, so Life Bubble.
It was a
Walk,
Cat's Grace Mass.
Cats, Bull Strength Mass. SR, Freedom of Movement, Death Ward.
the airwalk didn't go down.
He doesn't have Airwalk.
No, Airwalk is not. I had Fly.
Okay, so your fly didn't go down. All right.
No, Airwalk.
I don't think he's got either.
No, I had Airwalk. He was given
so
Airwalk
then
for
you had to roll amongst the fourths because it got into the fourth circles.
Yes, you have to do. Yeah.
How many
Good.
fourths do you have?
A sec.
I'm just gonna get this sort of list of questions ready for my characters, just in
Yeah,
case.
yeah,
God's
good
get mad at us
times.
too.
Good times, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, so fourths.
Why would they
1,
be mad?
I'm not sure.
2, and then from Lemmy. Okay, hold on.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, that is what's happening. 3, no, yeah.
Oh, I don't
So-
want gods coming and dispelling everything. We need the magic. Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
going down into the volcano right now. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall like 20
it's
feet
3.
into
Freedom
the...
of movement. Freedom of movement. Yeah, I got freedom of movement, death ward,
2.
and
Airwalk.
airwalk. So it's 3.
And then how many did he have left? Like how many did he dispel before that?
2 of the 3.
Okay,
2 of
so
the 3.
so third Airwalk is the third one.
Okay.
He gets rid of Airwalk. And the first one. And how far above the ground were you?
Shrast.
70 feet maybe.
70 feet? Okay, so Midwick's falling.
Yes. We need to commonize our buffs. We have to figure out a better way to track it.
I didn't see this coming.
No, I didn't
there's-
see
Yeah,
it's
maybe,
coming.
maybe just list them out on the notes section and in brackets put the
Level.
spell level and the caster level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that might be a good...
Alright.
Okay, so that was Tlaylock, the rain god. A second deity begins to appear because wherever Tlaylock goes, Quetzalcoatl also tries to fight him.
Good.
And I'm going to play the second. I'm going to play the second wave file, which is a little less epic.
Wait a sec, that one's got a big gunk in it too, so I think that one might even be better. That one's a little bit less garish than the first one, so maybe that's Uker's entry song. when he goes back to wrestle.
As this strange multi-headed flying snake thing with feathery wings appears on the battlefield, and it will intercede on behalf of the mortals to keep Tlaylock busy for the next round, as the two of them begin to do battle in... he failed initiative, so Quetzalcoatl comes out of this and begins to wrap around Tlaylock, and the two of them are battling quicker than what mortal or even heroic eyes can comprehend.
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck is that?
The old man in the mountain, Zi Tekhutli Hua Teotl, the tortoise in the mountain, the one who is sensing that his mountain range, this particularly active volcano, being so close to his brethren who are fighting, but he is so old. He is so old.
Maybe he could stay in bed.
Don't want to do nothing. It's a cold day out there, son. Look at the snow. Bad for our clothes. Just a reminder.
Rising out of the smoke, also from the ether, is this large carving of this immense old man's head, and he's simply rising up inside the smoke as he's looking down upon all of you. And what's he going to do? He wants
a sacrifice.
Sacrifice? What's... First Talos, and now a sacrifice? What?
A kaiju sacrifice.
There we go.
He's tired of the lizard on his back.
He is going to... Let's see who's left here. It's the smoking mirror. He is going to intervene in mortal affairs by summoning some of his followers and worshippers to the mountain.
Don't live into this guy, good guy, bad guy. I don't know.
Assume bad. Assume bad.
The things that appear on the side of the mountain, can somebody roll a D3 and add 1?
Yes. 2.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
The things that appear are gigantic in size, or like giant in size, but they are lizard men.
Thunder beasts?
Lizard men. No, they are bipedal.
Oh. Altagar.
What?
We need to find their tribe so you can get a wife. Then we can have giant, dwarvish, cold, giant lizard man things.
With
That's
3
messed
arms.
up, dude. That's
And
messed up.
horns.
With 3 arms and horns. Yeah.
I'm gonna just call them saurians, and
Oh, okay.
I'll put them down
Yeah.
as he
How
summons
giant?
two of them.
How large is giant?
They are huge in size.
Ah.
They're little babies.
They're monstrous humanoids.
You'll barely see them on the battlefield. They're monsters. Yes! Don't drop them in the mountain. Uker needs to take one.
Killing one of these gets rid of them. They just
Okay, so he summons these huge saurians that have like elaborate mosaic kind of bead necklaces and feathers sticking out of their heads. They don't have appropriate miniatures. He summons one right in Lemmy's face and one right behind Uker.
This was not meant to help us.
He's here to aid my attack. Yes.
And I'm going to look at what Saurians can do. This is a weird sort of summon, as these creatures actually live on this world, and so does the god. So it's kind of like more like they were teleported in.
So this thing entered a square that I threaten. Yeah.
You don't get.
It was teleported.
Well, I have a barbarian power.
Ah.
So I could just punt its ass off the mountain.
Yep.
and
What I
be
am going to
concentrated.
do, because it's not a summon creature, I'm going to roll initiative for them and add them to the initiative sheet. So these are Saurian, and they have initiative +8.
Here, let me just check the +8.
+8. Yep.
Oh, that's so sexy. Can I have your toenails and your teeth
And they roll 14.
and a couple of finger bones? Unexpected strike.
Okay. That was Hui
says moves into. I don't know
Hoi
if this
Hoi
counts for that.
Chiotl, the old man in the mountain, the old tortoise in the mountain. Then Tezcatlipoca appears, bouncing from cloud to cloud.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
This is the jaguar, right?
Yes. Why do you think he's here to help us?
He sounds cool. There's a jaguar jumping through the clouds. Is that not cool to you?
I read the book. The Jaguars aren't good
Shit
people.
out of us. No, they're not well tamed.
We don't need good. We need ruthless.
Oh, well, then he's on our side.
Perfect.
If, you know,
If
you
you're a
consider
chaotic
on our side being he
werewolf
ruthlessly
man,
rips your face off. But the
Okay, and then there's the jaguar, bouncing from cloud to
Quaddle's
cloud.
her friend. That's it.
how do you look? See, look at that. A little bit animu, but
it
he's
looks
cool.
it looks part animal, part man. It's wearing things. You're pretty sure this thing will have pounds if it engages. For now, he is going to.
Also, the people who are making fun of me for saying no, take the spells that up your AC. This is why.
It depends on how much it ups your AC, though.
What is he going to do?
If it only ups it to like 31, well, then you're wasting your time, because this creature.
Well, no, but the little like the Saurians, look how cute they are with their big red tongues, little yellow eyes.
No.
Uh,
They don't care about 31.
He is going to observe the mortal realm and understand what every power and every spell and every capability of everyone in the battlefield is.
Do we have Good Hope up yet?
Yes, you have encouraging good hope. You have a +3 good
Encouraging.
hope.
Excellent. Alright.
And he's watching. He's looking at the god fight. He's looking at what's going on, and he's observing.
Oh, that's creepier than.
Queen of the Snakes. Okay, into the cloaca of
Into the hole we go.
into the hole we go. The queen is going to 5-foot step forward. Does that incur an AOO?
No.
Okay. Her 2 snake heads are going to bite you.
Okay.
Interesting. That would be not the choice I would have chosen, but I guess she spends her time in a cloaca, so she might not know.
AC 34 and AC 40.
AC 40 will hit, but I'm going to make her re-roll.
AC 31.
AC what?
31.
31.
Misses, and I'm
Okay,
going
so
to...
Altagar basically grabs both of their snouts as the snakes are trying to bite him. They're sort of bouncing off of his forearms.
Those big, massive, muscular forearms!
He grabs them and tries to slam them together.
Okay, with the
Look
woman
at
head
the
in the middle.
forearms! Look!
Hey, those are pretty big, man.
Can I hear the
big
music
drugs.
through the?
Yeah, you can hear some things going on, Altagar.
So Snakeman
and also
and
the
Mountain
flap
Man.
and the flap when the airwalk would disappeared, basically closed. It clenched, and you got the sense that you were falling. You're like the whole thing is falling.
So AC 48.
Yeah, you strike at the Naga Queen.
Did the other two gods, Old Man and Jaguar Face, did they